Hey friend, how are you today?
Oh wait, we're actually live.
Yeah, we're live. I
I
did
was
something a little
en-
bit different.
I was enjoying the movie and I was watching it count down, but I saw it at 23 and I thought we still had 23 seconds, but I guess it was counting up to 30 or I don't know
Yes.
what.
Yeah,
But
well, yes, did you like it? Our little
it was
introduction?
awesome. Yeah, I was cracking up at when we were dressed up for, ugly sweater party, and then I could see, because my angle I guess is different now, I could see my office poster that you sent me in the background, and just the listening lips and the 2021. It's great to see all the different guests we had. So yeah, that was fantastic. So
Good.
love it.
I'm glad you love it. I am getting a little bit better about some of this technology, so making it a little bit more of a production. Um, I
Yeah.
want to thank everybody who's joining us right now. My name is Mel, and this is Rachelle, and we are live on Monday. We have an incredible guest today. We're going to bring her up very soon. But when you were talking about Rachelle, when you were talking about our New Year's and our ugly sweater,
Yeah.
I think that we should have a next party
Okay.
on Valentine's Day coming up.
I knew it. Do I have to wear pink? I don't know if I can wear pink.
I don't know. I don't. Someone says Happy Monday. We don't know who you are, Facebook user,
Facebook
but thank you.
user.
Happy Monday to you also. I don't know that we don't have to say you have to wear pink. Now I am debating on whether I get like another big lips. You know, I like the lips, right? Or
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah.
So I'm debating on that. But I do think that we should have a Valentine week special.
Yeah. Well, I think I have a headband that has hearts on it instead of the reindeers. So I could rock that.
You could totally rock that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we
Yeah.
should.
Okay, I'd love it. And we'll have another slew of guests on. We'll have some party games and we'll have fun. So think of it the week of Valentine's Day. We'll just have an hour-long show. We'll have fun. So that's in the works. If you want to be a part of it, let us know. Yes. Today we have an amazing guest, but before I bring up Amanda Fox, I want to give a shout out to our community. This weekend, I saw great resources being shared on Twitter, on Facebook, in our different communities. And I want to take a minute. I'm going to bring up some of these blog posts. But my very first blog post that I want to give a shout out is my friend Rachelle's. I read this today and I was so impressed. Number one, I was just impressed with this blog post reflecting on the hybrid experience. You were very truthful about what you've been experiencing. First, when you started the school year virtually and then going to virtually and then going to a hybrid experience, it's been a challenging time for not just you, but for many educators across our country and navigating that. And I will drop all of these links really soon, but I hope that you'll take a moment and just read this. You give a lot of great tips on how to keep navigating it and to really be very intentional about what you do. Is there anything you want to share about your post, Rachelle?
Only that was kind of like, I don't want to say a second part, but I had done one back in the spring whenever everything closed, thinking about my whole process from where I started to where am I now, and what do I think, what are the steps that we should kind of think about moving forward to this school year. But then for this one, honestly, I just opened up on my phone a document. I just walked around the house. I was just talking out loud. Like, what am I thinking? What am I experiencing? What are some things that have helped me? And especially in this shift from the virtual to hybrid, and just sharing some tools. I didn't go into any amount of depth with the tools, but I feel like there are so many that I've talked about so often in the post. But I was trying to be just really honest about, what the experience is like, not just for me, but for all educators. So yeah, always learning, and there's no perfect answer, tech tool, method to try. It's just, we just have to keep kind of going with it and see what happens.
Totally. And I honestly, when I think Bunsey, I think you. When I see Nearpod, you're one of those Nearpod educators with me that I always think, and I do love how you challenge us to use these resources, but you show when you blog like how to go deeper in that, and you've been very successful doing that. So I want to give kudos to you. I really enjoyed
Thank
this
you.
post. So
Thank
thank you so
you.
much for sharing it. Yes, another Thrive or one of our, oh gosh, I can't talk and I'm so sorry. But Laura Steinbrink, and she put this out. I'm pretty sure. Yes, Laura. I'm sorry. I was just making sure that I was saying the correct name with the title. But she put this out this weekend, and I love it. So she's using another tool for engagement, and it's fun with Laura's. With her post, she always puts a song to it. So there's lyrics, and I love how she does that. And she shares every weekend. She's been blogging pretty regularly. So Laura, thank you for sharing this. It's a great idea on she uses like Wakelet and Padlet, and she kind of takes you through the different days. So I hope you guys will take a second and check this out. And I just want to give her a shout out. Another amazing resource that I saw this week was Alexis Terry. She's in our community. And when we were talking about events that happened last week, this is a great resource, whether your district or your leaders in your school have said you can talk about it or not. This is a great resource to help our students navigate like what is happening and how they feel in a way that is not going to get you fired.
Yeah, that's important.
Right.
Want to stay away from that right now.
Right. So I got this off her Twitter, and that's at Twisted Teaching. So I hope you'll follow Alexis. And the last one that I want to give a shout out to is somebody that I follow, and I'm sure y'all follow, is Dr. Amy Fast. She was actually, Fortune magazine called her up. Did you see this article?
I did. Yeah, I read it this weekend. Yep. That was great.
Yes. I love Dr. Amy Fast. She is definitely one of my sheroes, right up there with Rachelle. And Fortune magazine contacted her probably because they saw her Twitter. She has a huge following on Twitter. And she just talks about how, as a leader and administrator, how she got her staff together. They work together. And she always talks about how she works really well together with her staff, her social studies teachers, her counselors, and how they made virtual spaces to talk about the events that happened at the Capitol when it was under siege this last week, and just having her kids to decompress that in a way. And of course, they're virtual right now. So I think this is a great and wonderful example of how leadership and a school community has come together to help their students process the events that happen. So I just wanted to give those shout outs. And I was just amazed about what everybody in our community is doing. And I want this to be a regular part of our community. And so if you're sharing, definitely tag at Thrive and EDU on Twitter, and we will definitely shout out your work. So thank you for being creative, community, and we can't wait to share even more.
I'm going to say hey to Eric. I'm going to say maybe hey to Marianne and Jim. My aunt, before we bring Amanda up, my Aunt Val in Florida, who might be watching on YouTube, just have to throw that out there. So yeah, I love that you shared those. Hey Val, I love that you shared the blogs, which hopefully people will share them in our community too. Just post them, which it was a very, very active weekend in our community. Yes. I posted that question on Friday night about Netflix, and I've never seen so much engagement on a post. It was awesome. So now I know Friday nights are it for posting like those types of questions. So.
Yes, Netflix. Yes. And are you watching any series right now that you want to give a shout out to?
I'm still on Schitt's Creek.
Okay. I can't believe you said that out loud.
I was thinking if I could just say creek, but I would probably say crick because I tend to
but
say
it's with
crick.
a C in there, y'all. It's within a C in there. Yes.
Oh.
I started that new Anne of Green Gables series with my oldest daughter. I tried to do it with my two oldest daughters, but the second, number two, she's like, I don't have any of this. But my oldest and I are really enjoying it. And I enjoyed it as a kid when it was on Disney, but it's a new series on Netflix and they're doing a great job. It's even better. I was really like, are they gonna ruin it for me? But they didn't. Right. So yeah, tell us if you're watching, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are. Aunt Val, if you're watching, tell us, what are you also watching on Netflix? We want to know. But our guest that's coming up, I'm going to introduce her. She is one of my closest friends. Her name is Amanda Fox. She's the author of Zombie Design Thinker and also Teaching Land. And she's got a thing for zombies.
I love that book.
Yeah.
Teaching Land was great.
Yes. And these came out like a month within each other in 2019. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm going to bring her up. Let's see if I can do this without messing all the screen up. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Doing well. Knee deep in hybrid teaching and editing a new book. So, lots of sleepless nights, but all worth it.
Yep, totally.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
love it.
the irony with Teaching Land and Zombie Design Thinkers, they came out last year in May and June in 2019. If I would have done that in 2020, I would have, I like to think of myself as a soothsayer about a virus that plagues the education system. I mean, what?
Right.
Zombie virus, but, COVID right now. So, yeah.
Yes. And I feel like this would really help a lot of educators right now, going through remote and hybrid. Is there anything you want to talk about this book that would be a good focus point for anybody who has it or is thinking about it?
Absolutely. So the book obviously is a tongue-in-cheek parody of just about every zombie movie that's been ever made. But you don't have to be a zombie buff to get the content out of it. So it starts with 13 survival rules of Teaching Land, which are super important. Beware break rooms, cardio. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but it's a marathon or a sprint as long as a marathon. So just preparing for that whole year of curriculum. But I think the most valuable tool is the monster tech table. So we have a remedy, an acronym, how to reach, engage what students making, how to evaluate them in meaningful ways, demystify learning, and then keep them yearning for more. And that tech table has 80 different tech tools for either apps or websites that teachers can use that are aligned by strategy and grade level. So I think just for that alone, I think that's about 80 pages in the book. So
Yeah.
tools. So
Yes, I'm looking through it. It's great. It's illustrated. It's wonderful. So I hope that people will check it out. But you've been busy with something new. I'm going to bring it up. Tell us about your new project. Let me see if I can do this.
Yay.
new project. I just launched pre-sales for Marker Town. Marker Town is a children's book about kindness, inclusion, and just kind of finding your place, not just in the world, but finding your people. And it's on Kickstarter now, and we're already almost at 50% funded. So the funding is basically pre-sales. So you're agreeing to either buy a book or a different reward. There's an educator package where you get 2 books, a signed augmented reality poster, stickers, and a virtual reading of the book to the class, along with the facilitation of a design challenge. There's right now this $75 reward is Marker Town Artist. You can have your child's work featured in the gallery page in the back. And then the most popular ones have been name the markers. So we have one green marker left that hasn't been named. All the other markers have been named. So people that I know and educators, like as far as Kuwait, have purchased markers and named them either after their sister or after a grandchild that's about to be born. So that's really special.
I love that. And so I'm trying to navigate this. And I'm sorry if I'm not doing a very good job. I'm not being a very good Vanna. I'm curious, why did you choose to do a Kickstarter?
I chose to do a Kickstarter versus just going straight to Amazon with sales because I wanted to give the community to become part of the project and fall in love with it and go through this journey with me. So with the different characters and allowing them to have pieces of the book that they feel like they contributed to and help bring the project to market, I think is powerful, and it gives them a sense of ownership and pride in my journey as well. So it's just a matter of bringing them in and sharing that process and demystifying the publishing process as well. So going from idea, so this idea came to me in 2017. In the meantime, I wrote Teaching Land and Zombie Design Thinker. I've had like little thumbnail sketches of this in the back of my head for years. And it started because my children, I have 4, by the way, 3, 6, 8, and 12. They got markers. Speaking of which, one of their friends is knocking on my door right now, and that's Maggie. Maggie likes to eat markers, but they left their little markers with their caps off in the basement. Come here, Maggie. Come here. Oh.
If you can't beat them, join them.
So Maggie's going to join us. So they got these markers and brand new packs, first week of school, and there's just these poor little markers without caps. So I imagine them, you know, like reaching out, like crawling toward their cap, like it does to their oasis. And man, I'm telling you, one thing.
Do you want me to give you a second? If you, I can. You want to
yeah,
go? Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a second. Oh wait.
Did you
want
kick
to
her out?
I said normally I have a note on the door that says "Do not knock, do not ring, go away, turn around, go away." Whenever I'm broadcast, because we've got a revolving door. We've got this neighborhood with 20 kids, and with COVID, I've really seen like a return to bikes and neighborhood driveways. It's kind of a beautiful thing. But yeah, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Awesome. Okay.
I thought you just kicked her out. You're like, get out. Bye.
No. Okay. So when Amanda comes back, we'll bring her back up and she'll tell us a little bit more. Something really cool is augmented reality. And Rachelle, you're into augmented reality too.
I am.
Do you have the brain cells to like tell us a little bit about what that is for anybody that is not?
What are you implying with that? Do you have the brain cells?
Because it's a Monday and you're tired.
You know what this is?
Yes. What is it?
No, I'm asking you. Do you know what this is?
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
it's a box. It's a box.
It's not. Can you see the name on the bottom?
Merge.
It's a merge cube, which is awesome. It's used for augmented reality. And Amanda's back, so I'll let her talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, people do like Pokemon Go, right? Like that's what I think of, like augmented reality.
Yeah. So in Zombie Design Thinker, there's an actual merge cube activity that teaches design thinking, and you can scan the cube and create your own design thinking merge cube with Postbases and AR.
So you put that into your new thing too. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yes.
Okay. How did you? Okay, I'm going to try to bring this up and not erase us all. Oh,
yay!
Okay, there we go! Yay! So, what are you looking at? So, actually, if you go to the page, the flag.
Is that the next one? Maybe.
Look
at all these beautiful illustrations.
I know.
It's the one. If you go back, page 3. Yeah. So right before that one.
Okay. Okay.
So one of the posters that we give as a reward for backing it is the Marker Town Create Your Own Flag. So Marker Town, in order to be an established, actual real place, it needs a flag. So we prompt students when they're learning about the flag to go in and actually design their own flag, and then we partner with Quiver Vision, which is a company out of New Zealand, and they are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. But essentially, your student or your kids get to become an AR artist, an augmented reality artist. They color it in, and then when they scan it with the app, if you want to go into the next slide.
Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It actually pops up, and this is me. I doodled this on my iPad Pro and my Apple Pencil, but it would be in the book, and students are actually invited to draw in the book. And on the front cover, there's going to be a little spot where it says Amanda Fox, author and illustrator. But then there's the AR artist part where they get to write their name to show that they actually contributed to all the augmented reality art. But when you scan, their art pops up. It's animated. The little lever on the side here actually adjusts the wind. So the actual flag will blow in the wind. These are pre-existing things that we're using for marketing. Quiver Vision is creating custom Marker Town pages with the Marker Town markers and characters. And to give you an idea of what it's about, just can I read a few teaser stanzas?
Heck yeah! Do you want me to do any illustrations?
You can show the Harump page, maybe.
Is that okay? I don't
know.
Oh,
Yeah, there we
Yes.
go.
Rump page.
Now this is completely changed. So I'm in my 12th round of edits, and apparently I write an anapestic tetrameter. So I have been hammering down my So I teach English. I'm an English teacher by day, writer by night. I could not tell you about meter and stressed and unstressed syllables, but now, oh boy. So, anapestic tetrameter. Um, so as 2 glitter markers went back to their pack, the pink glitter pen told the gold to turn back. You don't have a cap now. You must stay behind. I'm perfect. I'm shiny. You're no longer our kind. In no time at all, you'll lose that rich shade. And just like your ink, your value will fade. So as she moves along, she meets a wonderful marker who's a motley marker who's mismatched. And her whole point is to make sure she helps the gold glitter pen refine her value. So here's the pink one. She's just totally rude. So that's the next stanza there. Glitter stood for a minute, not sure what to do, when out bellowed pink with an insult or two. Move along, measly marker, you hapless crass prude. Though the ink was so shiny, the words were so rude. They sparkled
Yes.
in prismatic pink, but the shrill of her words made the ugliest ink. So it's more about what we do and what we say. They really can change how we are perceived by others, whether we come off as beautiful in action or ugly in action. And it doesn't matter if we are the beautiful pink, prismatic pink glittery marker, if our actions don't match our the kindness that we should have on the inside. And then when she meets Miss Orange on Blue, she tells Gold, you shouldn't be blue. I have friends you should meet. Though they're not all together, they're no less complete. They found a new calling, I'm sure you can too. You still have a purpose, there's lots you can do. When they doodled along, drawing stars in the sky, and for a brief time she forgot she might dry. Before glitter's gold seemed less brilliant and bright, but together their work took their cues to new heights. So finding the right people and find my marker.
I would be the gold. I have gold on today, especially for the gold glitter.
I am the gold glitter. I would run out of my house without my head on in the mornings if it wasn't attached. So I'm pretty certain I would lose my cap too. So
well, I enjoyed this little, some of your sharing. I like the meter and the rhyme, and I just want to say that your illustrations, you also illustrated. They're glorious. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So this is actually a tribute to Louisville. So that's our walking bridge in the background, and it's all lit up for LGBT. I
awesome.
want to give to every person, every just be super inclusive in this book, because the book's not just about acceptance and finding your self-worth, but also just being totally inclusive of everyone and of all walks of life. So
I love that. Mm-hmm. Wow. It's beautiful. Well, congratulations, number one. Congratulations on reaching almost 50% in less than a week of being live on your Kickstarter. Awesome. And just congratulations on creating such an amazing and beautiful and inclusive book. Your third. Yeah.
I'm still trailing Rachelle. I love
it's not a competition.
I know, but the Mel and Rachelle, like it should totally be like the Mel and Rachelle show.
Well, it is the Rachelle and Mel show.
The Rachelle and Mel.
Yeah, live. Yeah, we have two.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
Marcel the Shell. Do you guys remember?
Oh. No.
Shell with shoes on. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sending you the link. You have to watch it immediately following now in your next meeting.
Okay, right. And I love that you brought up, what color of marker are you? Dr. Harvey is a pink marker, and I love that he's pink and he chose that himself. And also, if you want to be a part of Amanda's newest book, it's going to be released next month. It's going through a Kickstarter. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/MarkerTown, and you can find out more information on that. So thank you for sharing that with us. Something I want to do too, and we kind of did this last week. So both of you are sharing your experiences as educators, as mothers. And I know that a lot of parents are watching also, whether you're an educator parent or just a parent tuning in today. And so before we go, because our time is getting closer to the end, I wanted to ask both of you and anybody who's watching, as we start this new year, and some people are starting remote for the first time, or they're going back to remote after being face-to-face or hybrid again. What is some of your experience that you would like to share with educators and parents that just to help them to feel a little bit more confident as we move into this 2021 and everything that's going on? And I'm going to definitely ask Rachelle and Amanda, but I also, if you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and you have something that's really working for you, please share your comments. We definitely want to know. So guys, do you have any wisdom to share? Ladies,
I'll let Amanda go first.
So, as a mother of 3 kids,
Oops.
all in school, I have a kindergartner.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. A kindergartner, a 2nd grader, and a 6th grader. We all went NCI, and then I teach 7th grade English, and all of us on Zooms in the same house with different schedules. It could have been worse. So my saving grace was I created in Canva a schedule for not only every single one of my kids, but my students too. I did a 3-week scheduled out, and I put stars next to everything that was graded. I had it hyperlinked out to the Zoom. I had the book project with the overarching project link at the top of the Canva calendar. And I'm happy to share these on Twitter and share these resources with you. But then I created the schedule for each of my kids with what time their live classes were, and I put QR codes. So my kindergartner, he can just go up and scan it, and he's in the hall. So
dang.
Use Alexa to set reminders. Connor, your class starts in 5 minutes.
That's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work. I don't know that I could do that, but I think it's really cool. And I thank you for sharing that. Definitely share it in our community, like under our broadcast. That would be so cool. And if you share it on Twitter, tag us. That is amazing. I think that's a great resource. And if you can't get all techie, you can making a schedule period and using Post-its would work awesome too. And Alexa. Yes.
Yeah, the Alexa reminders they've been clutch.
So cool. All right. And Rachelle, what about you? What is something, and I know you put it in your blog too, so that's something to share. Yeah.
I could summarize that all in, I don't know how many words. That blog was pretty long too. I don't know. I think I think I said this the other day, or we talked about this. I feel like we talked about it at some point, or I talked to somebody about it, just the whole keeping the communication open. And when you feel overwhelmed, I mean, as an educator, when you feel overwhelmed or frustrated or whatever, all of those things we're feeling sometimes within the same class period, sometimes you just have to make sure that you don't keep yourself isolated and that you connect with somebody, because everybody is going through the same things all together, not at the same time probably, but we're all just doing the best that we can. And I need to be better at taking a break and focusing on self-care too, so that you have that time and that cutoff point. But it's hard. It's hard to do that. Like Friday night messages come in like 10 p.m. Like I don't want to leave them until Monday, and I don't want to answer on Friday night, so I answer on Saturday. Which some people are like, I'm done. I'm not doing anything on the weekend. But I don't know. I can't turn that off. So communication is key.
Yes. Well, you're doing what works for you, and that's important to have that boundary. You definitely have to do what works for you, and keeping communication open and knowing that, just like you said, that our parents and the other staff that is working with, they are going through a lot of the same stuff. So making sure that you're keeping that in your mind, because sometimes irritation can be a little bit easier to see when you're getting stressed. Tim says, "Hi all." Hey, Tim. Woo, Vancouver. That's cool. Yes.
Hi, Tim. Yeah.
And Dr. Harvey's coming in from the UK. I love it. This is international.
All over the place.
He's in Malaysia, isn't he?
Malaysia, yeah.
Oh, I okay. I was wrong. Just because he says bloody.
I know.
Yeah.
We will go to that bloody.
Dr. Harvey's amazing. Definitely. Find him in the comments and follow.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay. What is he saying? Oh, Malaysia. I apologize. I am so bloody sorry, my friend, that I. Take time for
Oh.
yourself. Yes, right. I agree. Okay. Well, we are definitely at the end of our show, but the cool thing is that this Friday, another amazing educator, Nicole Taylor, is coming on. So we're looking forward to that. If you're creating, share with us in our community, tag us on Twitter at ThriveInEDU. And Amanda, I hope you'll share your resources. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope everybody watching has a wonderful week, and we appreciate you so much. So we'll see you at Thrive O'Clock on Friday.
See you then.
Bye.
And Dr. Harvey says, "Ah, shucks, Amanda."